Hey guys, Jace Fish Tanks is back. I'm just doing a quick update video on everything. Hold on, let me clean this up a little bit so that way it's easier to see. So, we might have some action from one of the crabs. Back in between here, you can see one of his little legs sticking out. So we might see him real quick. But anybody that says about Java Fern can be converted over to brackish, you are correct. However, there are some problems that come with it. I had one fairly decent sized plant in here at one point, and it started melting back, but it started setting off the little plantlets that grow in the leaves. So like here's one, there's one back there stuck in my intake. That one attached itself to that wood. There's one back behind this rock. There's a bigger one there. Like, they're all over this tank now. Which, you know, not a big deal. I'm just going to let them grow in. There's my do-it-yourself second filter. It was a little test run to see how it worked. Right now it's a little clogged up. The intake down here is a little messy. I have to clean that up. All the creeping Jenny I had on top of here flowing down all died off because I already had it converted over to fully aquatic. So right now I'm trying to convert some over to you know, terrestrial. Back there's some Mundo grass. It was sold at PetSmart as dwarf sag, which was wrong, but that seems to be doing really well in there. I just have the roots submerged in the water. My waterfall I did. Hanging back behind there is a little cheap canister filter I got off of Drs. Foster and Smith. It works really good for what it is, but like if the power goes out I have to reprime it because it doesn't prime itself. This one does prime itself now. I fixed that issue. Also my Chinese algae eater, or Siamese, whichever one gets bigger, he's still in here. He's scooting around somewhere. I can't believe he's been surviving in brackish water as long as he has. He's been in here for probably close to a year thriving. I throw in some, like, you know, little shrimp pellets here and there just to keep him happy. He doesn't go after the crabs. Crabs don't really bother with him at all. Let's see if I can't find him. Don't mind the glass, it's a little messy. Got a little bit of algae growing. Matter of fact, I'm having a little bit of an algae problem in all my tanks, which is going to be fixed here soon. I'm going to be making an oxy filter for every single one of my tanks. The anoxy filter for this one's going to go into that. I'm just waiting for the laterite to come in. If you guys don't know what an oxy filter is, look up the channel Kevin Novak. That guy is a genius. And he confirmed a lot of my suspicions with the hobby. I don't see him right now, guys. But, okay, move on to the next tank. Okay, the little 4-gallon betta tank. As you can see, he's happy, he's thriving. I have a lot of algae breaking out on the wood here, but then again, it wasn't a fully cycled tank. There was still a hint of ammonia in there. When I originally put them in, there wasn't any, because I did a quick cycle on it. But as soon as the rest of ammonia completely dies off, all the algae will disappear. It's not completely choking out the Java moss yet, so. And these plants I took out of another tank, and you can see right down here at the bottom there's a little bit of blackbeard algae, but you know, as long as the plants grow right and everything, I won't care about that. I've got to get in here and clean up the tank a little bit. But as you can see, he's thriving. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them. So, alright, next one. So my computer slash fish room is a little bit of a mess right now. We're in the process of moving stuff around again. But even if that Java fern over in the betta tank dies off, I got a crap load of it growing. As you can see, a bunch of blackbeard algae there. It's starting to grow in that back plant again. Word of caution to any of the hobbyists out there: if you have a CO2 system and it just stops working on you one day, that's what happens. Because that was green. Sorry about all the algae on the glass. I have to do some husbandry. But yeah, it just starts taking over. Now, I have taken notice that my autosynclus, mine actually do eat the blackbeard algae for the most part. But I have a feeling I'm going to be taking out some plants and doing a hydrogen peroxide dip. I'll do a video on that at some point too. But I did a little bit of rescaping again. I'm still not entirely happy, but... And then something started to uproot my red tiger lotus, so I have to get that replanted in there. There are hundreds of shrimp in here, red cherry shrimp. Most of the time they stay underneath this log. See if I can't get a shot of this one that's out. There's one right here that's out. They tend to stay hidden for the most part until nighttime falls. Then they're active. But yeah, underneath this log, there's literally hundreds of them down there. I originally started off with 20 of them. But this tank's going to get some work here. Well, today's Tuesday, so tomorrow I'm going to be doing a lot of work. Right now I have my breeder box back there with one of my female guppies in. She's about to pop. As you can see how big she is back there. I thought she was going to pop the other day, and I was wrong. She's been in there now for 3 days. My water line's falling pretty quick because I took off all my covers. I did that to get more light in here, and well, without the CO2, shit's taking over again. And right now, I have a tank coming in soon, along with the regulator. Right now I just have a little DIY system. I have to redo that every like week, which still isn't too bad. One of the autos right there. But today I'm going to feed them real quick. Just doing some of the tetracolor. I'll tell you what, flake food I absolutely love. And these fish absolutely love it. Hold on, let me resituate. Oh well. I do not recommend doing it this way. But there's so many fish in this tank, they'll eat it all. They're just swarming. My water level's really low right now. Evaporation's a bitch. Yeah, I have to get in here and do a partial water change. Most of the time I just don't do water changes, I just top them back off because all my levels are perfect. Like my ammonia, I only have like maybe 3 parts per million. 4. I mean, it doesn't even register on the test strips. Well, I have the API freshwater test kit. I'm just trying to figure out where, yeah. I have taken notice though that my S repens, since the CO2 hasn't been running, they've been shooting up really quick. Like right here, like maybe right here is where it was like 2 days ago, and now it has all that. So that's kind of weird. I just recently added more S repens from a little tissue culture plant, so I have to wait for them to grow in. And then I have to update the lighting on this side, because right now I have 3 old school lights attached to it. 2 of them are T8 bulbs, and one of them's a T10, I believe. But it's like getting like a jungle over there. I like the jungle look personally, but... And then my Luwidia lost all of its red coloration, and I've been dosing pretty heavy with iron. So I don't know what's going on with that. But, I mean, still a healthy tank, still thriving. One of the males chasing away the other males. When I bought them, I got them at PetSmart, surprising enough, and none of them died. There was 4 in the tank. And I told him I wanted all 4, and he was looking, and he was only able to catch 3, and he couldn't find the 4th one. Because it would have been 2 males, 2 females. Which is still not that great of a ratio, but it was the last 4 that they had. Well, the 3 that he was able to catch was 1 female, 2 males. So those males are constantly displaying to each other, and you know, there's the little female. She looks like she might be a little stressed out, but yeah, the male's chasing her away. I don't know why that's happening lately. That's usually the dominant male that's always right by her side. God, I hate glowfish. They're not natural. But they came out of the kids' tank. Almost all of them had died off, and so I decided to take the few survivors, put them in here. There's 4 of these guys in here, and then there's one of the zebra glowfish too. But alright, there's that tank. And then of course Raphael the snapper. He's been burrowing into this rock a lot. He loves the new substrate. Here he is. I'll put him down over here. Then you guys can see him a little bit better. But, alright, that's the update.